Hi, everybody. I'm having some serious technical difficulties this morning. Kind of ironic. I don't know if I'm live or not. I'm assuming I might be because it says so. If I get kicked off, you guys, I apologize. So, like I said, I'm having some weird technical stuff going on with my phone lately. So it's kind of weird. But anyways, good rising to you all. Um, I'm playing hooky from work today. I decided to say no. So here I sit, and I was thinking about you guys, and I literally, I woke up this morning, and last night I was talking to my friend Melanie, and we were having some profound revelations about everything that's in the stars above us right now, and where we are, and where are we coming from, and we were discussing a dream that my sister had about me a while back. And hi, David. Hi, Barry. Hi, Bernadette. So, Bosto to you all. Good rising. Happy Sunday. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. So, this was kind of a crazy dream where my sister had a dream that we were in, like, it was like an outdoor, like my dad's outdoor garage cabin thing, and it had open rafters at the top. And me and my sister were in the garage, and my sister looked up, and there was a massive white tiger, like in the rafters, like looking down on her, like it was ready to pounce. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Emerald Eagle. So, and I said, hi, David. So, this tiger's up in the rafters looking at my sister like it's ready to pounce on her. So, in fear, she was like, went to look for me, like help, you know? And when she looked for me, she saw me at the other side of the garage, and I was surrounded by every single cat in creation, like the leopard, the cheetah, the tiger, the lion, the jaguar, every cat. She said that she has any awareness of in nature was surrounding me. And then she said I was surrounded by all of these cats, and she said I was kneeling, and I was down on one knee, and I had my head bowed, and I was kneeling in the center of this circle, and I was surrounded by all these wild cats. And then she said all of a sudden this massive black cat came into the garage, and like the went to the front of, like, in the circle where I was, and it walked straight up to me. My sister thought it was going to eat me. And then she's still looking above this white tiger in the rafters, like she's like, is this thing going to eat me? And she saw me bowed, and then she started to realize maybe they're not going to eat us. And she started to lose her fear. And she was watching me, and she said this huge black, I think it was a puma, it came and it put its paw on my shoulder when I was knelt down to it. And then she said she looked up at the white tiger while this puma's paw was on my shoulder. And then she says the white tiger jumped down and kind of joined the circle and just looked at her and went to the circle. And then the puma took its paw off my shoulder, and I was just staying knelt down. And then all the cats started to walk, and they walked out of the garage, and they went out back into the wilderness. And that same night, I had a dream of a golden planet with a stargate around it, and I was literally in another dimension, because it wasn't this reality, because it was a little more futuristic. I saw some levitating vehicles and stuff like this, and I was working, so I was getting into my vehicle, and I think it was a normal car. It was more. It wasn't a flying thing, because I saw flying things around too, but I think it was a normal car. So I went to get into my car, and I looked up, and I saw this golden planet, and there was the Stargate band wrapping around it, and it was spinning, and it was really beautiful. And I looked around to see if anybody else was noticing it, and a few people could see it, but most of the people didn't notice it, and they weren't really aware of it. So, hi, Paul from Newcastle, Lost in Space. I love you guys. Good morning. So I was telling my this dream about my friend Melanie, and then all of a sudden I literally heard cat's eye, and then nebula, and Orion, and then Melanie started hearing information, and it literally took us into space because I was like, "What do you think those cats meant? You know, what do you think?" And I says, and the puma cat that had its paw on my shoulder, it had the magnificent green eyes, and it was like piercing green eyes. And my sister was, she was like telling me, she goes, because when she was started telling me about her dream, I could see it. I could see the dream as she was telling it to me. And then I was telling Melanie, I says, I don't know how I could see her dream, but she was telling me the dream and I could see her dream. She goes, it's so funny because when you just told me her dream, I could see the dream too. I was like, how do we do that? That's a fascinating concept that we can do that. We can see each other's visions, like somehow. So I was like, okay, that's profound. So all this stuff is going through my head, and then I'm seeing all this stuff about the nebula and the cat's eye. And we looked that up on Google, and the first thing that came up was the nebula and the eye of God. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. And then it was talking about how the eye of God is the true, the nebula is the true northern point of like the solar, of the whole solar system. So it's the only constant that everything is revolving around that is not affected or is not moved by time. So in my mind's eye, I literally saw the ancient symbol of like the true sun, the circle with the dot in the middle, which is true north. So I'm like, I'm wondering if this eye of God is the true north of our system, and this is where we need to shoot for. So that was like, that was very interesting. So then it brought to me another kind of interesting thing that happened just a few months ago when I was up at my friend's property. And we were working with some really high frequencies, and we were doing some clearing on the land and stuff like that. And then we were sitting down after dinner, and we were just talking about stuff we talk about. And all of a sudden, the energy in the room changed. And the Lord came in, and he came in with a friend, and he came in with Saint Germain. And all of us who were there have the ability to see. So we could all see it. And there was four of us there. And so Saint Germain and the Lord, when they came in together, um, three of the people there had never been in the presence of the Lord before. So they were like, and I was like, what's up? You know, so it was a really funny energy because they were all in awe and like all, you know, like worshipy and stuff. And I am just like, what's up? You know, so glad to see you. Just, you know, my normal self, because I've always been my normal self with the Lord. I talk to him like I talk to you guys. And I'm pretty sure like this is like some part of my DNA. So I'm definitely related to this Lord, I'm pretty sure. So it's I'm still trying to figure all that out in my head because there's the whole Jesus trap in this construct that the Lord warned me about is the false idol of Jesus, the dead man on the stick, giving your power away, thinking that that man is your savior in this lifetime is completely opposite of what he taught. Complete absolute opposite. So if you think that the Savior's going to come and save you and he's going to rapture you and make everything better and that you don't have to do anything except for just have faith that somebody's going to save you, you're going to get recycled. So that's what the Lord told me. He says, warn them of the Jesus trap. It's a false idol. And I was like, oh, but the Lord and the Jesus Christ, that's real because that's how you connect to God. So that's what this means. The Christ is the Christ within you. But you have to want it. You have to do it. You have to make that happen in you. It's you. So the Christ activation is something that happens within you, but every human being has the opportunity and option to do this. But like I said, that's why they say salvation is personal. It's personal. So I got the Lord and I got Master Saint Germain, and they're both talking with us. And like I said, the people in the room with me were kind of a little bit in shock, I think, because, and I kind of was too, because I'd never seen them together ever, never before. It was the first time ever I'd ever seen them together. And like the first thing I was like, are you guys brothers? And then they were like, they looked at each other and they kind of smiled. And I was like, are you brothers? And they looked at each other like, how do we answer this? They were like, not at this time, but we're family and we have been family in incarnation. So they're like, no, but yes. Does that make sense? And I was like, totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. I said, and they were like, but we work side by side. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Because to me, the Lord, I hate to say it, but the Lord represents the red, the root, the atom, the atomatic particles. So literally, I think the Lord controls all of that. So the Lord is the root. The Lord is the red. The Lord is the fire of creation, the passion and desire connected through the root, the power of the manifestation, and it's expressed and created, and it moves through the trifold flame of the heart. That's why Christ is always like the trifold flame. Go within. So the Lord is the red ray, and Saint Germain is the violet ray. So and but the Lord also to the solar plexus. The Lord operates with the solar plexus is his primary. That's what I'm saying. The heart, stomach. That's the main. Like I know it's so hard to put into words. Like he codes the sun to where it can go into matter. I don't know if I can explain that properly, but that's what I've been shown. It's like he literally code the sun. The great central sun goes through the Christos, the Christ, and it goes into our solar construct, into our solar Lord, which Jesus was the solar Lord of the Piscean age. So that was his age. That's his. That was his reign, his rule, his age. That was his thing. Well, he's getting ready to transfer his situation over to the new Aquarian age, which means the new solar lord. So the new solar lord of the Aquarian age, it appears, is going to be Master Saint Germain, which means that we will now be going into the seventh ray of creation. The seventh ray of creation is purple, and it's representation of the crown. The crown. And this is why we have a crown V thing happening on right now. So this is all about this transition of this age. And when I saw those two together, that was so mind blowing to me because I was like, okay, first of all, brothers, and they were like, well, we're family. We have incarnated as family members. We've been together. We support each other. We're always closely working together for humanity, for freedom. Pretty sure that the Lord was the one that gave us the ability to speak. So it was his gift to the genetic code. I think that gives us the word. The word came through the violet ray, through the crown, but it was anchored in through the root, the tree, the Christ, which is the Jesus, the Lord energy. So the Lord, the solar Lord, the Jesus Christ energy, Christos energy, which is an awakened, it's like I said, it's a vibration. It's something you activate within you. So salvation is truly your own personal process. So working with these two beautiful beings, and we're sitting, I'm just chatting with them like normal. The other people are just sitting there going, you know, and I'm like, I have questions, and they know I do because the Lord, that's my why, girl. Why? I have 1,000 questions. I just really have a lot of questions, but it's really hard to meet these vibrations because, like, even when I talk about them, my whole body starts to tremble because the vibrations get so high inside my being. It's like I'm being plugged into a 220. So it's literally like you're getting connected to a really high vibration, a high frequency. So, okay, so I want to say hi to you guys, but I don't want to lose my place in my story so it makes sense. So, I'm talking with the Lord and Saint Germain, and we're just chatting. I'm like, are you guys brothers? They say yes, but no. And they explain that to me. And then my next question was, are you vampires? And the people around me, they were like, you can't ask them that. I was like, yes, I can too. Yes, I can too. And the Lord and Saint Germain, they started shaking their heads and laughing. And they were like, the people that were there with me, they were like, I was like, guys, these are real people like us. They're our family. We need to know this. We're we're the equivalent of a cute puppy because we're in a human body, okay? So, but when you get out of your human body, you're going to be just like them because they are you. We're family. We're from the same thing. So with that, we need to understand that we're the same. We're the same. There's no greater or lesser. It's just what you've learned and what you've done and what you've earned. And they've earned these titles because they worked hard to get them. So they've earned their titles. So I say, are you vampires? And they looked at each other like, oh God, how do we answer this question? Because, that when they look at each other, it's like, oh. And then they started talking and we could hear them. So they must not have wanted us to hear what they were saying. So, because they have the ability to do that too. So they were discussing amongst themselves. And then, the people in the room, they're like, I cannot believe you just said that. I was like, well, I want to know. Seriously, I want to know because this is an entropy system and everything here dies and everything here has to eat. So they were like, looking at me like, oh. And I looked at Saint Germain and the Lord. I says, right. And they nodded at me. And I said, so are you vampires? And they looked at me and they said, yes. And I was like, I knew it, And then the people around me again, they're like, I'm like, you guys don't understand. I says, okay, answer me this. Do you need blood? And then they both laughed and they shook their head. They're like, no. I says, so it's light. And they were like, yes. And I says, and that's because of where we're at. And they were like, yes. I'm like, because we're in an entropy system and the entropy system is filled with death and regeneration and it has to therefore eat. And they were like, yes. So, it's so funny. It's like we ask these questions and people assume things and they think you're asking things and it's like they don't even know because we don't know. We don't know what's going on in each other's consciousness. So we need to trust each other. And when people ask questions that are completely off and left field or seem offensive or seem cruel or seem like accusatory, you need to understand the heart. My heart was like sincerely, okay, what kind of system are we in? Are we all vampires? Because I know we all have to eat. We're all consuming to live. We have to eat or we die. This is how it works here. I was like, it works that way for you too because you're just above us in this other dimension right now. This isn't because when you see the Lord in Saint Germain in this reality, your vibration can only go up so high. You can only connect to them in the higher dimensions of this. It's still this reality bubble, but they exist outside this reality bubble in their oversoul, God's self, Son. So and you do too. So trying to wrap this stuff around your head is difficult because knowing that you exist in this plane, first of all, and that you're not what you are, that's a conundrum in its own. And then realizing that, oh my gosh, I'm existing in higher dimensions simultaneously, and I'm fully aware of my God presence within these higher dimensional existences of myself. That's when your brain can mildly explode. So, trying to learn all this stuff is super, super challenging sometimes. So, understanding that. So, like understanding that the Lord and Saint Germain, as they're expressing themselves in these dimensions, they're still kind of operating within the laws like we are, within a soul construct, within some type of a animated physical body. So they're having a spiritual, causal body communication with you to your physical body, because that's about those are kind of the most common connection points you can make with the energies, and you can connect to the higher realms. But like I said, it's you got to be able to meet it at least halfway, or it can't connect because it's like a radio signal, and we're just tuning in to frequencies and receiving different information. So, okay, I want to stop and say hi to you guys because we're going to get into what I found next. So, I never saw those two together before, ever in my life. And they showed up at my friend's house and we had a communication with them and they weren't there long and it kind of ended with the vampire stuff. And I was like, okay, so I understand this is energy, entropy system, yada, 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 yada. And then, and then they were kind of like, like, okay, we'll see you. Like bye for now, but I had a feeling it was like bye for now, but we'll be back. We're not done. I was like, oh, that'll be awesome and cool. So whenever that comes, cool, brilliant, awesome. Um, and I had a friend told me last week that I would be receiving a visit from a throne, and I can tell you the vibration of these beings, they're pretty darn high. So I don't know if that is part of that experience that I will be experiencing more of those beautiful beings we know as Lord and Master Saint Germain. So, like I said, guys, when you work with these energies or these entities, you need to stay strong in yourself and don't give your power away, and understand that you are just as beautiful as they are. You're just a little bit different because you've experienced things in a different way. And that's what gives you your I am presence, your separation, which is the I am presence. Without an I am awareness, you would have no awareness of self. You would just be in the consciousness of creation, and everything is one. So there's no separation. So we separate from source so we can experience God through ourselves. So, and we get to create through God as ourselves. So this beautiful I am presence is it's pretty much how you're existing on this plane. And to me, the I am presence again is the root. It's the red. It's the I am of your body chakra system. So it's what anchors you into this reality. It's that I am awareness, and that is your root primal chakra. And it's why you have an ego. The I am presence also gives you ego. So this is where pride can destroy you, because the I am presence, if it goes into the darkness of the duality that it can go in ego, or it can go into unity. So it can, you through your I am, you have your self-awareness, and that you have an awareness of self, but you choose how you project that awareness. You can be selfish, or you can be selfless. You can be ego driven and primal and fight or flight, or you can trust and know that creation is you and creation has you, and that there's nothing to fear. So this is the differences between the I am and your body, and you can use it with either polarity. And everything here, the I am presence is one unit, but it's got a whole rainbow of frequencies within it, and you can go from positive or negative poles, and that's what you choose with what you think. So I've never seen these two being together. As you guys all know, I've had a very profound relationship with the Lord since I was able enough to have conscious memory. So literally serious communication and conscious memories that I can't forget from age 3. So this has always been a very, very powerful presence in my life. And then I see these two together, and I'm at my friend's house and had this alchemy book. And I was like, oh, I want to read that alchemy book. I was like, I don't have that book by Master Saint Germain. And I was like, I can't wait to read that book. And I opened up this book, and the last chapter, da da da. I was like, you can't make this stuff up. Jesus Christ and Saint Germain, the way showers of the Aquarian age. So we are going into the seven. We're going into the violet. We're going into the ray of transmutation. So I wanted to read to you guys a little bit from that, but I kind of wanted to give you the pre-story to how the synchronicities keep showing up in my life, and how they confirm that which is real, but it's unseen. And another beautiful confirmation I got was from Lori from Pure Ascension, Pure Love Ascension. She gave me that message from Brian, and the part of the message from Brian that shook me to my core was when he said, I love you so much. Your light is so beautiful here. Here. Brian's not here anymore. Brian's there, and he said that he could see my light here with him, which is confirmation that I am existing on the higher levels simultaneously. That was the first time I'd ever been able for any human being to be able to confirm to me that I'm existing in a higher realm, and I can be seen in that higher existence as I'm existing here in this now moment on earth. And Brian confirmed it. He confirmed it because he said he could see me there. And to see me there means I am there. And I am with him there. So that makes my heart feel good, because then that means we never lose anybody. We lose because in the higher realm that we have no awareness of, we're just back with them there, which is a better place than here. So Oh, that's a good thing. And that's a really good thing to know and to get confirmation of it. So, thank you, Brian, and thank you, Lori, Pure Love. That was just powerful confirmation that I needed. And you see, guys, right behind me, see my sign? I am. Be still and know that I am. I've had that for like 18 years because I've always known this is where you find God. I've always known that. I've always known that. Just get quiet and the Lord shows up. Which is your he's my intuition. He's like my Jiminy Cricket. So he's basically my consciousness, like, you know, the the angel on one shoulder, the devil on the other shoulder. He's always been just my guardian angel. I've always had the Lord, and I never been to church or anything, and he was the Lord. He was never called Jesus. Just saying. I don't ever remember anybody ever calling him Jesus. He was always just known as the Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. Everybody's like, hey, Lord, Lord, Lord. It was Lord. So just, that's just my perspective. So all of us, go with what you believe and go with what you see and trust what you know. Because we're all learning different ways. So it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It doesn't mean any of it. It just means it's true to you. And hopefully your stories can inspire people to go into places in their higher consciousness so they can receive their own validation in their own beautiful magical way. So we're all doing this so different. And that's the magic of creation. So we got to embrace it and stop dividing and conquering and start to embrace and find the central neutral point where we can go into harmony with all of it. Lost in space, it might be where our thoughts come from. Yeah, it's part of our causal energy body, and it literally is what is it's creating your physical body, and your consciousness is coming from this remote location. And science has just confirmed our thoughts in our brain do not come from our brain. Just like we were talking last night on Milky Way, you can cut pieces of the brain out, and the rat will still do the memory. Even when you took the memory part of the maze out of the brain, out of the mouse's brain, it can still perform the maze. So this memory is not strictly housed in your brain. It is held on a remote location outside of your physical body, into some realm that cannot be touched by physicality. So yeah, we are multidimensional beings, guys. And I think that's why humans are so special, and I think that's why we've been harnessed for slavery for so long, because they can utilize creation through us. And that's a pretty deep rabbit hole to go down. And I just said that, and my right ear just went wing. It's like screaming. So that must be very powerful information. So understand, you guys are part of this power. This power. Lord Loxley, Lord Vanderbilt. Trina as a child probably didn't understand title and figured out Lord was his name. Yeah, it's a title. I do totally know that. Title. It is a title. And guys, I'm getting some really strange information that the new Lord on the physical plane might be Lord Baron. So we'll see. We'll see. This could be some kind of a trump card. And it could be in perfect resonance with the new leadership of the new Master Saint Germain. Because I have a feeling he will be working through a physical body on this planet. Just like Jesus did. He worked in a physical body through a man body, the Jesus body, to bring forth the energy of the Lord, the Christ. So, like I said, we are all aspects of some kind of a God, but we just don't remember. We don't remember what we've learned. We don't remember our gifts, our attributes, our talents. So this is what we're doing now. We're remembering. We're remembering what we are. And this is the true definition of ascension. It's going up because you're connecting back to spirit, and you're losing the need to know that you're just matter. You've evolved out of that, and now you're going back to the higher realms. And we had to descend into matter, and then once we get to the very bottom levels, most people get trapped in those lower levels because they really forget who they are and they get stuck. Well, we're remembering who we are, so that means you get out. So this is the true meaning of ascension. It is nothing other than that. It's an elevated consciousness through experience and understanding that you are more than the physical reality, that you are a meta, and that you're multidimensional, and that your energy and spirit body was first, and it's eternal, and it is immortal, and that is what you really are. So this is, I think, a lot of what the masters speak about. They say the immortals. I think the immortals are some of the originals, and for whatever reason, they've been able to reconnect with their memory of who they are, so they understand that they are not flesh; they are immortal. So they know that they're an eternal, immortal being, and they can bring through that wisdom in their physical human avatar and bring forth the magic of the higher realms and the alchemy, and that's how they could live for a long time and do these things because they worked with the elements of earth and made alchemy and extended their lives. People think it's really a big deal. I really don't think it is that big of a deal. And then these other people that are drinking blood and such, uh, that is the artificial, that is the dark magic aspect of this. So because the true elixir of life, it hasn't got nothing to do with utilizing the energy from another human being. It has to do with utilizing the power of Mother Nature's essence herself. So there, like I said, everything has its the opposite in it. So you can look at Fountain of Youth, Elixir of Life. You got some people that are killing people to obtain it, and then you got the masters on the good side that are using nature and spirit and manifesting manna from heaven and igniting the powers of the alchemy within the alchemical processes and the elements that they've been gifted to on the earth, and they utilize those. So like I said, this is like two different ends of the same game, but this is how this life is working in duality. We're working always with two different ends of the same game. This is religion, this is politics, this is all of it. They always have us dividing when in all actuality, it's one thing. Think about it, Democratic, Republican, it's all politics. So I will start reading to you guys. So this begins the Ascended Master, Jesus Christ, and Saint Germain, passing the torch of the Christ consciousness, and I am that I am, as the bells ring. So the Christ consciousness and the I am that I am for the Piscean and the Aquarian dispensation. This stands in the long history of Earth and her evolution as great deliverers of the nations by freedom fires and salvation through the resurrection of the soul. The path of initiation that leads to the soul's reunion with the I Am presence, the ascension through the mediator, the Christ self, the open door to divine reality, which no man can shut, is exemplified in Jesus, the Piscean way shower. The savory, fiery baptism of the Holy Ghost is revealed through the Aquarian Master, Saint Germain, as he delivers the people of God the dispensation of the seventh age, the seventh ray, the comforters, all forgiving violet fire. Ooh, the comforter. They just called him the comforter. That's biblical. So the comforter's all forgiving violet flame and its application in the balancing of personal and planetary karma through the science of the spoken word. Saint Germain is the voice of the seventh angel prophesied in Revelation 10:7, who comes to finish the mystery of God, as he hath declared to his servants and the prophets in the 11th century BC. He was embodied as Samuel, prophet and priest of the Lord, raised up from childhood to be anointed of kings and judge over Israel. Also, as the sponsor, affectionately called Uncle Sam. the United States of America. He is calling the 12 tribes from the four corners of the earth, making known to them their true identity as the light bearers, commissioned to serve with the Ancient of Days to set earth's captives free. Saint Germain brings to those to those lost sheep, reincarnated souls of the house of Israel, the remembrance of the name of the Lord God. I am that I am. Now, see, that's funny because the Lord I knew was part of me. All I had to do was think about him and boom, he was there. I wonder if he's my twin flame, if that's the other part of me. And you guys all have the other part of you, which would be maybe a masculine energy if you're a female, and if you're a man, it would probably be a feminine energy. So we would see these higher level entities because they're part of your genetic code. So saying, okay, so he says, okay, and of the name of the Lord God, see, Lord God, I am that I am. Moreover, he teaches them the power of this lost word, which was given to Moses and the prophets, and it was also prominent in the Galilean mission of Jesus. Galilean mission of Jesus. Of this word that was truly made flesh in Jesus, John the Beloved says, that was the true light which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. Thanks to the teachings of Jesus Christ and Saint Germain, you too can know the Lord through the Christ self, who is your real self, prophesied by Jeremiah as the Lord our righteousness, and by Zechariah as the branch. By his presence within, every man shall know the Lord, the Word. As he sits in meditation, as Micah observes under his own vine, Holy Christ self, and fig tree, the mighty I am presence, and your causal body. The recording, the two witnesses, your causal body. It is the witness, it is connected to the I am presence, and it through the causal body. This is where you never ever lose one memory of any incarnation. It is recorded within your energetic bodies, within the causal body, and it records cause and effect. See, it all makes sense. Jesus Christ and Saint Germain, together with all of the heavenly host, ascended masters, Elohim, archangels, angels, and the servant sons of God who comprise the spirit of the great white brotherhood, the multitude of saints robed in white, witnessed by Saint John. The great white brotherhood, the multitude of saints robed in white, witnessed by Saint John, have come forth from the inner mystery schools at the end of the Pisces and the beginning of the Aquarius to teach us how to call upon the name of the Lord, the alchemical formulas whereby we may put on our individual Christhood even while we overcome personified evil and the energy veil of our negative karma, the so-called sins of our past lives. By the law of transmutation, calling forth God's consuming violet fire in the name of the I Am Presence, students of the Ascended Master's teachings all over the world are resolving relationships, transmuting the records of their karma, removing the stain of mortality in the psyche, and getting to the victory over the beast of idolatrous self. Boy, that's a big key right there. Wow. Transmuting the records of their karma, removing the stain of mortality in the psyche. and getting the victory over the beast of the idolatrous self. This is the biggest idol, the biggest false idol that is worshipped is this. And this is not real. It's temporary. You're inhabiting it to have an experience, but it is not what you are. This great overcoming of darkness by light in the individual encounter with the forces of Armageddon that was prophesied by Jesus Christ to his disciple John as he wrote in Revelation 12:11. And they, the true saints of the east and the west, overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of the testimony. The blood of the Lamb is the essence or the spirit of the cosmic Christ. His person, his teaching, both of which have been withheld from the people for thousands of years by false Christs and gurus, false pastors and prophets, impostors in every field of endeavor. Church and state in the governments and the economics of the nations now through the ascended master and their messenger, the knowledge of the Lord and the divine mysteries held in the retreats of the great white brotherhood until the appointed time are being brought forth for all of those who seek to know the truth that shall make them free. The word of their testimony is their witness unto the beloved I am presence, our God with us, and their exercise through him of the science of the spoken word, whereby in prayer, meditation, dynamic decree, and communion with the Lord, his sons and daughters become the effective instruments of the universal Christ and of his sacred labor. They are they which have the testimony of Jesus Christ, brought to our remembrance by the Holy Spirit, in the dictations of the ascended masters to the messengers, the prayers, the mantras, the decrees which emanate from the world, even the sacred Aum, A-U-M, or Om, O-M, the universal sound syllable of the Divine Mother, spoken under dispensation of the ascended masters by their unascended disciples, are the means whereby the light bearers overcome the world of tyranny and idolatrous cults of the arch deceivers of mankind. Wow, arch deceivers of mankind. Fallen angels embodied in our midst. In these final hours of the 20th century, the great overcoming, the flow of the great tribulation, is decreed by the Almighty God as the coming of the ascended masters and their delivery of the everlasting gospel to the light bearers of every nation and every kindred tongue and every people. It is the teachings of Jesus Christ and Saint Germain that we must make every divine decree, prophecy, and scriptural covenant of the Lord our own, and then stand fast to behold the salvation of our God. As the deliverers of the Jew and the Christian and the Muslim and the Hindu and the Buddhist and the Zoroastrian and the Confucian, and the striving ones whose sacred labor is their religion in the Godhead, Jesus Christ and Saint Germain, proclaim the Messiah already come in the person of each one whose holy Christ self, whose seat of consciousness and authority in the children of God is vested in the threefold flame, the divine spark of the Trinity, sealed in the secret chamber of their heart. Jesus, the Son of Man, who embodied this non-exclusive, all-inclusive light of the Son of God, came to teach us the way of the Christ incarnate, not in himself alone, but as the inheritance of every son and daughter of God. Thus our brother, friend, and true Savior of our soul from death and hell is fulfilled. The law and the prophets, whose path unfolded the progressive empowerment by the self same word, which reached its culmination in the resurrection and the ascension of our Lord and all who have followed him on the path of soul regeneration. In truth, and in the true science of the religion he taught, all men can and shall declare with the blessed Son of God that I am. God in me is the way, the truth, and the life. And the understanding that is the I am that I am, the Lord God dwelling in them, who is, was, and forevermore shall be the way, the truth, and the life. Wow. So, guys, I think I'll end it there. I hope I'm still live and all is well. Oh, I see you guys again. Yay, I couldn't see chat for a while. So I hope you guys enjoy that information. It's so strong in my heart that this is kind of how my experience has been with a child. I've always known this beautiful being called the Lord, and he was my best friend and my spirit guide, and he always kept me safe, and he always instructed me with the most beautiful truth. And I would ask adults the same questions that I would ask him, and their answers were stupid compared to his. And that kind of made me scared when I was a little kid, because I realized that my invisible friend had more wisdom than the people that were supposed to keep me safe in this reality. So that was kind of tough as a child to process that. So, guys, understand the power of God is within you. And when you activate it, you become the Christ. And through the Christ, you have an I am presence and the I am awareness of God. And it works together in cooperation inside of you. So you guys are so beautiful and powerful and immortal and eternal and divine. And I just think it's time that we start to remember that. And it's just like my friends that I was with, they've been working with these masters for years, 40 years. And they're in awe and in worship mode. And yes, reverence, honor, respect. Oh man, I have ultimate respect, and see, they know I do. They know I do. That's why I can talk freely to them, because they know I mean no disrespect. I hold ultimate respect. But I also have an awareness that they're my family, my true family. And this is your true family too. So together, we're going to remember our lineage and remember our roots and remember what we've come from and reconnect to that. And through that we'll remember the God within us. Hi, Maverick George. Hi, Lori Duran. Pure Love Ascension. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for being here. Hi, David Castle. I had my headphones ready for some Led Zeppelin. Right on. Love it. I think agape love always and forever. Evil is being removed. You're absolutely right. It's the new age. And the age of the seventh ray is the violet fire of transmutation. That's how we heal the evil of this world. We literally purify it through the violet fire. And then creation knows right what to do with it. We just break it up and make it easier to release. So you're absolutely right. Hi, Jake. Hi, Darth. Hi, Barry. Which way does the wheel go? It never, they all spin different directions. Because think about the wheel as a spear. It'll give you a clearer understanding of that. And from what I'm seeing, it seems that within this construct of this universe that we're experiencing in now, every single thing. Okay, we'll send healing energy. Okay, to your son-in-law, Chad. In his heart. Oh, that's interesting. His heart. It's the Lion's Gate, Lori. It's the Lion's Gate. Call forth the energies of the Lion's Gate to bring in the most profound and potent healing available throughout the universe. If it is in his will, in his soul's agreement to continue on this planet, then you will give him everything that you need through that energy. Bring forth the energy of the lion. It's the Lion's Gate. We're in it. Purple is the new purple. Yes, it is. Pure love. Hi, Candy Apple. Hi, infinite frequencies. Sending love and healing and favor. Thank you. You guys, we prayed for my friend Kevin, and he literally opened his eyes. Continue to pray for my friend Kevin, too. What happened with him actually was they tried a new experimental cancer treatment on him, and one of the potential complications of this very new treatment. I mean, this is brand new treatment. It's some type of a light therapy treatment they're using on him, but it does something in the blood. Um, he opened his eyes and they said it took 10 days or 7 days to do the treatment. He was able to go home on the 10th day. He spiked a fever very high the night before he left the hospital, but then he broke it. So they let him go home. But when he got home, fever started again. He went unresponsive, unconscious, lost his ability to speak and communicate. So right now, they're saying what it is neurotoxemia in the brain. So his brain is toxic. It's filled with these poisons from this cancer treatment, and it's shutting his brain down, and it's caused some type of an infection. So pray to heal the infection and pray to balance out the cerebral spinal fluid in his brain, because when we were praying, he was non-responsive at all. And when we started praying over him, he opened his eyes the next morning. And now he's turning his head to when people are communicating. So it's working, guys. So keep on keeping on. And we will pray for you, Lori, and your family. And everybody, just send out healing love to anybody on this planet who needs it, who forgot to ask for it, and would like to receive it. Give it away. Bring it in as strong and powerful as you can bring it into your body. Anchor it into you, and then give it away. Give it away. Give it all away. And then they'll just fill you up again. Yes, Baron, Wendy. Bingo. Bingo. I'm sensing something real strong with this. Real strong. And I don't even want to speak about it, because, yeah, that could be crazy. So I'm trying to talk in code, and y'all are getting it. So right on, Wendy. Yeah, something's going on with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Baron. It's interesting. Very interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hi, Mary Wins. Hi, Karen Lynn. So good to see you guys. I love you. So glad you're here. So do you guys have any questions about that Christ stuff? And I wanted to start looking at a little bit too, because do you guys like the information of how Christ is inside your body and how it's connected to the planets and the rays of creation and the solar construct? Does that make sense to you guys, and do you resonate with that? Because if you do, I have a lot more I can show you on it. Oh, Candy Apple, thank you. Okay. Yeah, there's something going on with this. They keep putting him in the spotlight. And notice how he was gone for quite a while and now he's returned. I literally heard that Melania is a goddess, his mama. So the power that's in that child is from his mother. Mm. She's special. So, yeah. Yeah, there's something going on there. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think we might be looking at Isis, Osiris, and Thoth. They always return. We'll see. And when Isis ruled, it was heaven on earth. So, I'm like, oh, I could see how that could work out to benefit us all. So, if that's what's going down, that sounds like a really good situation. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, that we might be onto something with that. And like I said, I don't think anybody's onto this one yet. I think I'm the first one to drop that info out there. Yeah, because I am seeing a very strong trinity, and I'm seeing that this genetic line is coming from 5D inner Earth. It's not even from here. So, that's what I'm seeing. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up because we are like at an hour. And I love spending my Sunday with you. I'm so glad I took the day off work. I love that thought. Great one. I love it too. Infinite frequencies. Yeah, dive into this with consciousness, guys. I think, yeah, I think we're onto something with this. I think we're looking at the return of the Trinity. Yeah, and that would make sense. And they would be holding that physical position as the reflection of the upper new new kingship, lordship that we're getting ready to enter, the new titles of our new royal families. They're getting ready to come forth. Yeah. 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 Trump's grandfather's middle name is Christ. His mother's name is Mary, and it's like I said, he's got the name in the Bible to sound the warnings and to be a frequency shifter. So I think Trump has definitely been ordained for this, what he's doing. Yeah, because he's doing, and like I said, guys, it's so crazy when you look at his life and you look at what he's doing. He was a billionaire. To take on this position, he had to shut down all of his companies, hand them over to people who could run them for him. So literally, he lost control of everything that he owns as a billionaire and took on this position, which people try to kill him on a daily basis. And he did this for us. And I don't think it was purely for us. I think he did this in cooperation with his family. And I'm pretty sure his family is part of this Lord Ray and part of this Saint Germain Ray. So get ready, guys. This is coming into our reality real time because it's already present in the spiritual because I can already see it. So I'm seeing something very powerful with Baron. Yeah. So pray that he shows us what Jesus shows us. Because if we're here to witness that again, sign me up. Yeah, master builder. Yeah. The cornerstone that was rejected. The cornerstone is returning. Yeah. That's what I feel. Yeah. Yeah, Candy, I think he is an agent of change. Yes, definitely. Like I said, I think that when he took on this position and this assignment, because if he wouldn't have, there would have been others chosen to fulfill the assignment. But literally, I do specifically see that he was created for it. He even has the right name. So yeah, we're into a change of the guards, a change of an age. We're moving from the Piscean into the Aquarian. So we're literally going into a new part of the body of our solar Lord body. So Pisces is in your feet. It's your soul. It's anchoring you to matter. Like I said, the Lord to me is root. Your feet. That's the root, anchoring you into the third dimensional realm. And Saint Germain is the master of the crown. So when you bring those two together, that is activating the whole tree within thee. So when Master Germain starts projecting his violet fire and the Lord activates the root, it's going to activate the whole tree. The whole tree, which is we. We are the tree. So it's going to activate in us. That's what I mean. That's why they're saying you have to raise your vibration, raise your vibration. Yeah, because you want to be a part of this activation. Because if you can hold the frequency, you're going to be one of the antenna that's literally activating the grid of the planet. We will be those antennas. Trees. We are the trees. So the antennas. The trees are the natural trees that are stuck in one position, and we're trees that can move around. We're the bipedal tree. Bioorganic tree of life, bipedal. And the only great way we can move is because we have the ability to walk on feet. If we couldn't walk on feet, we'd be a tree. So we are that tree. So things are changing. Yeah. Purple trees, purple, Prince always purple rain, purple skies. Yeah. And you know what? On the kids' social media, a lot of the kids are posting on Instagram and stuff. They're catching the second sun right now. They're seeing a bright red planetary shining object in the lowest part of the horizon when the sun rises in the morning. So they're catching the second sun right now. The second sun is here. So things are moving and grooving. It's getting interesting, guys. So I love you. I hope I got to say hi to everybody. My chat, it like disappears and comes back, and so I can't see it all the time. But I love you guys. Bosto, be of service to others, because this is how we connect, and this is how we win. And connect to the masters, connect with the Lord, and do not be intimidated by any of these beings. Know that you are their family. You're one of those other rays in this beautiful rainbow of creation that we sit in. Yes, yes. Karen Lynn, the archangels are the rays of creation. That's what I've seen. They're the ray before they become the angel. The light is before the form. So they are the rays of creation. That's what I see. And Michael is blue, and they all have their own personalities, their own purpose, their own instructions, and they've all been coded by creation to form specific energies required for creation. So yeah, the splitting of worlds, Deborah Clark, I have seen that. I literally saw the earth, and it literally went into like a cellular mitosis where they split into two. So from the one, two. I literally saw that. And the old earth is stays in the third dimensional reality, and the new earth is resonating in the five dimensional reality. And it's so crazy too, because if this is what I saw, guys, literally straight up, it'll become like heaven on earth. The plants will start to glow, their energies will get so powerful, you'll literally be able to hear them speak, and they will literally know your name. The environment comes alive. And this is what I saw happening. And I'm starting to see the expression of these new species on our planet. And we're starting to see crazy growth cycles happening, like the alien asparagus for MB333 and sunflowers going into hearts. And things are changing. The genetics, I'm watching it. It's starting to happen now. So we're seeing this. And I saw that everything in this world starts to turn into rainbows. So, like the new fish and even the dolphins and stuff, they might come out like hot pink, bright yellow. You might start seeing all these beautiful colors, and some of them will have all the colors of the rainbow. Like the fish and the animals and the zebras, like I literally saw colors. Animals start expressing colors, and like pink elephants and stuff, like crazy stuff. But it's from this new energy and this new light. So I think it's going to be very beautiful, but I think we might see a little bit of weird stuff too while the transitions are going into place. And I don't know how long this takes. It probably takes thousands of years to complete. But we are the ones who usher in this new age. We were brought at this point in time on earth right now to literally be the guardians of the transitional of the ages. So we're like the gatekeepers or the guardians of the entire universe right now. So understand how important you are, and understand how important your presence on this planet right now is. And understand the ones that are leaving us right now, it's because they have to. They can do more there than they can here. So understand there's going to be a lot of people that are leaving because they need to assist us from the higher dimension. And because they just left Earth, they are so familiar with what's actually happening on Earth, they can instruct the higher beings, because there's like an intimate connection through that. When you just got back from Earth and you're in the higher dimensions helping the transition of Earth, you're more connected to it because you just got out of it. Does that make sense? But you also have to have some time to heal from it too. Yeah, because like when you come up into the higher vibrations in your earth, from your earth vibration, it's kind of like you're sick. So you have to go through healing so your light can get fired back up, right? Because it's like you've been dumbed and dulled down, and you've only been housing a little tiny piece of your light, because anything more, it would destroy your body. So, you could only have so much, or your physical flesh will break down and die. So, yeah, when you go back up into the spiritual realms, you have to have an energy clearing, because the physical part of you is kind of stuck in the energy field. So you got to make sure and get rid of all that physical stuff. You're like, oh, matter, got to go. Bye, 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 bye. You got to clean up and go through some healing. So that's what Brian's doing right now. He's going in the healing temples. So he's healing. He's putting his light body completely back together in a new way through his experiences and what he's earned. So he's getting brighter and shinier and sparklier. So I love it. So I love you, warriors, warriors of light and warriors of love and warriors of wisdom. You guys are the ones that are going to be the ones that change the world, and we're going to get to watch it and witness it and be a part of it. And when we get done with this whole thing, we're going to be like, wow, I can't believe we did that. So I think we're going to be very, very, very happy, especially you guys. You guys are on a spiritual path, and many of the humans on this planet, they'll never get to that. So, yes, Brian, we do love you very much. Always and forever. And I love you, Soul Tribe, always and forever, to infinity and beyond. Yes. So I'm going to say bye. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, Bosto, and I'll see you very soon. And I'm so glad I got to spend my Sunday with you. I really enjoyed it. So enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be. And let's bring in the Aquarian age and let that violet fire burn bright. Mwah. Love you all. See you soon. Bye. I can't stop the video. Isn't that funny? It literally won't turn off. Isn't that funny? Oh, I see now. See, now I see why Robert has such a problem. YouTube keeps changing things and they move on you. So I love you guys. I'm going to say bye real quick. Bye, David. Bye, Candy. Let me see who else is here. Get my eyes on so I can see y'all. Karen Lynn. Okay. I love you guys. Deborah Clark. Free Spirit, hi. Lynn Earthling, hi. Darth. Think Agape. Deborah. Infinite Frequencies. Slayer. Hi, Slayer. AC Slayer, haven't seen you here before, I don't think. Good to see you. Well, I love you guys. Have a beautiful Sunday. And I'll keep you posted, and we'll keep going with the Saint Germain and Jesus stuff, because I think it is mind-blowing. And after my visit with those two, then to get this book and to see that on the last chapter, I was like, oh man, this is making a lot of sense. So like I said, pay attention to the synchronicities in your life and pay attention to the things that are important, because I guarantee you they are. So, much love, Soul Tribe. We'll see you soon.